Hello and welcome back to Let's Build Zombie Apocalypse. And this skyscraper's looking awfully nice now. It's really tall. I've dubbed it Leviathan Towers. Or Tower. And I put these here so I could dry these because it got no sun. I also decided to make this Gary's Gun Shop. You may get some references from that. It's funny, but it is a reference to something. And I put the gun shop right next to the big business tower, town hall, the hospital, and right across the street from a bank. I think it was fitting. I also have these zones set up for apartments. I'm actually going to have another housing area like right about here. Roughly 20 to 40 houses will be put here. And you may notice that this extends on pretty far. This is going to be actually going to a river. And that's going to be fun. I'm probably going to start just building some of this stuff. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing. Also, this rock wool, not wool. So be warned, if you're trying to get this for the minimum amount of mods, I've added one more mod that is a minimum. So basically this requires forestry for these, railcraft for, or industrial craft for these, or maybe railcraft. Railcraft is going to be a minimum as well. Thermal expansion. What else? Just a bunch of this stuff that's going to be a minimum requirement for mods. The Metacraft stuff, I think if you remove it, it'll just delete these, which won't matter. Personally, I don't like them, so. And yeah, so far I've added these white lines. I know it's not exactly road rules for this stuff, or actual road rules. So I put some alleyways here, which is going to be fun. I put them 4 wide, that way you can have like trash cans here and there. It just seems a little bit more fitting. And when you're running from the zombie apocalypse, it's always good to have a few alleyways to get trapped in and devoured. And I put some parking slots here. This one I was going to put it 4 wide, but I ended up not being able to because that thing, but it doesn't hurt. It's still, I could still technically put 4 cars there, it just doesn't look as nice. And this is the hospital, which is probably going to be ground zero for this thing. I wanted to mark a few things for my roads. I want to have this because I decided to actually go off of this area. So there's going to be actually a nice open field area, maybe converted into a parking lot eventually for this hospital. But for now, I just wanted to mark that, and I need to mark another place which isn't even built yet, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, simple enough. Let's talk about the rest of the series that I've been doing. Forgecraft Mash. I'm debating on continuing it because I've been having a lot of weird random lag spikes that don't seem to be normal, and I know what is actually causing it is Thaumcraft 3. Which is not fun because I like Thaumcraft 3 because it requires the magic bees and all that stuff. Or I like the magic bees as well. And I mean, it's a really fun mod, but I mean, it's causing random lag spikes. And I finally found out what was causing it. I also turned on this magnet mode. It's fun. Very helpful. I think I just messed up, didn't I? Yeah. I'm just gonna put this stuff in here. And I just gotta love that. And I also did change the configs. This is a day after recording, so. Instant road. Oop. Gotta break that instant road. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the series stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, the server. I have all the server files set up and prepared for when I post this. I'll be using a few plugins, most notably the loot mod, which would probably incorporate random loot spawns with set drop lists or loot tables. I'll also be having the no explosions, because I'll be having possibly more explosives in my mod pack when it's released to server. And those will all be put into the loot lists. And it's not like this one matters as much. I just needed, let's see, is this 3 wide? I'm trying to get it. Okay, I'm actually going to go with this one just because it gives more room. I'm trying to keep a little bit of space between this for a different reason. And there we go. And that'll be the start of basically blocking this area off and then having a large amount of living space there. Let's start building onto this bank actually, because this is one of the fun parts. Let's see. I'm debating if I want to use something different for this part of the build at least. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do something here. For the basic structure, I'm going to keep it the same, build one block, and then carve it out to how I want it. I'm going to need a couple blocks high. Okay, 7 high. I probably want it a little bit higher. And that should be fine. This time, do this. Probably going to need more material. Yep. Just load a new one and just in case. It should be able to fill it all up with that. There we go. And remove this dirt pillar. This is no longer necessary. And while that dries, I'll start working on one of these. Basically, all these are equal because they're pretty much going to be a apartment block. Or a block of apartments. I'm going to have to adjust them slightly for a lot of things, but that's not an issue. Now, the difference between this and this, I'm actually going to be using brick for some of these, I think. Because I think brick is a pretty standard thing for apartments that I've been noticing, at least around here. And I want to put some difference into the stuff. So I'm actually going to put brick apartments. That should be fine. I wish you could just space click with inventory tweaks, and that'd be fun. That, and now I need to load this. Oh, it does help if I actually do it correctly. That was actually kind of annoying. Okay, I don't know how high. I wanted to have 3 blocks, or 3 stories high with these. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 3, 5, 6. 2, 5, 6. Okay, there we go. Yep, there we go. And there we go. My debug monitors are really helpful when this is needed, or for me to keep track of my time and everything. But I'm just going to get a ton of bricks. That should be plenty of bricks. And yes, these will have windows eventually, just not right now. So far I've calculated this. I can have a total of 12 living spaces in here, and that's each, so that's 12 times 6. Plus I could have a total of 20 to 40 buildings. I mean, this is going to fill out to be a pretty nice sized city. Grass. And it's not like mobs spawn in these anymore. This is actually going to be a pretty nice sized city. But for the most part, I'm going to have a power plant to the north, which is pretty much going to be the solar power. I'm actually going to have a few power lines that are going to go through here, but I'm going to have a few additions to those power lines. And one here. Let's just say the power grid won't exactly be completely running after in a zombie apocalypse. to get the same height. And put the filler in there. Put that like that. And put those in. What else can I talk about? There we go. Just let that run. From over here, this is basically the road you'd be walking to get into town. I'm actually thinking about making it probably a little bit further that way. I'm not sure exactly. I have mostly just plans for this area right now. I'm going to have to add on to it later on, but there's definitely going to be a river system that I probably want players to have to... I'm stuck here. I'm guessing that's just like a hidden block here that didn't get updated correctly. There. That was annoying, actually. I hate when that happens. It's a server-side glitch, unfortunately. But that can work. It works for the most part if you can get it done. There we go. Now, what I want to do with this is I could probably start doing that now. I'm going to have, in fact, actually I can start doing that now. This is going to have to be done by hand because, unfortunately, machines aren't exactly the most reliable for this type of stuff. And wish I had some chairs. Do I? Nope. I have no chairs. I do have stairs. And I need reinforced glass. Maybe. Actually, can gunfire go through this? An M9. I don't think it can go through all these. Can it? Apparently not. I know it can go through normal glass. Say this. And this stuff's supposed to be more protected, so I'm going to have to probably keep with this. Looks almost like prison windows. What else? What other types of glass do I have? Ooh, strengthened glass. Hardened glass, maybe I can do that. It looks a little better. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the hardened glass for this one. And oh, it doesn't look too bad. And there we go. Now, normally you'd have something like a little slot here so they could give you your money, but I don't feel like adding anything specific like that into it. It's not like it's required. And I can start filling this in later. This one's going to have a lot of floors. I think it was supposed to have, let's see actually. I can go to the very top, and whatever that number is divided by 6 is that's a lot of floors. I think it's supposed to be like 15 or something. This is supposed to only have 3, and this is also going to have a bunch of stuff in it. Let's see. This is not the most fun part, unfortunately. The most fun part is actually putting the NPCs into it, and that's real fun. Because you get to go nuts with the spawner. I forgot some stuff. You know, might as well. It doesn't really matter. Actually, and hopefully I don't think it will fit on this. Yeah, it doesn't work on those. Ugh. There. Don't know what was happening there. It should have been refreshing that. Okay, I'm going to go with, since I seem to be using quite a few of them, I'm going to refresh this. And this tape measure is really useful if you're doing it like what I'm doing, and you want a quick estimate. You can tap this and tap that. That's 11 blocks. That's helpful if you're doing like some random stuff like I do. And that should fill in whatever I need. No longer need this. And the roof's not going to stay brick, it's just going to be brick for now because that's the quickest way to do it. And I'm feeling lazy. Well, it helps if I actually do what I wanted to do again. Is that only 3? Oh, that's 4. Gotta make sure it didn't leave the fake block there. Okay, it didn't. And it helps if I put the torch thing on it. The landmark. And there we go. No longer need this. And it's already starting to look somewhat like an actual city. Slowly. Mouse is lagging for some reason. I mean my actual mouse, it was dragging on its little, whatchamacallit, whatever the blasted thing is, mouse pad. It helps if I put the marker in. Now granted, this isn't the most beautiful looking thing yet. And expect that the hospital has like medicine and such. Apartments may have food, clothing, etc. The office, I'm not sure what I want to have that is spawned in it. I might just have not sure yet. It's all up for debate. The gun store obviously has ammunition and guns, with the rarer guns being less likely to spawn. Alright. I'm probably just gonna I'm probably just gonna build the rest of this stuff. So if you're bored already, sorry, can't help you. There we go. Really, I just need something else to talk about. Question and answer time. Maybe I should actually do that. But unfortunately, I doubt I have enough people to actually do that. There we go. Helps if I put the block there again. There we go. And that should be done. And there we go. It gets a little laggy if you run it too fast, but I'm doing okay. And there we go. 6 apartment buildings and 1 bank. And the other 2 that I'd already built. I don't know why these 2 are there. It seems to happen randomly, so not sure what to do about that. But other than that, I'm probably going to start working on the hospital next, and possibly by the next episode, I'm going to have maybe a lot of the housing area set up and ready. And I'm also, if I can fly faster, I don't seem to be flying any faster. There we go. Over here, I'm probably going to actually have a bridge and a river running about here. And this is probably going to be the start of the bridge. Now the bridge isn't going to go any higher, the river is just going to be lower. And that'll be fun. That'll also be interesting since zombies cannot swim, but they do not drown. So they just walk along the bottom of the river. So it'd be kind of creepy if you drove across the river, thought you were safe, and they start coming out of the water. I can't remember what movie did that. But yeah, they can breathe underwater. so they don't drown like normal zombies. So, see you guys next time. If you like what you're watching, subscribe. If not, oh well. Have a good day. See you next time.